want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown.
They can't take it to 10.
Hey.
Now we're cooking. It's the coach, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Dalvin Cook. He's back and coming off a big game a weekend ago, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the New York Giants. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. From up top, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles Davis, as always, with me as well. And CD, defenses better be on their toes in this one because we got two quarterbacks who love to throw the football, and they throw it very well.
Over 4,000 yards each in the previous season. So what you're saying is, if you're a defender, I hope you're prepared properly. Hydrated, stretched, be on your toes, as you said, because the ball's coming your way.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 38-year-old Eli Manning heading out to lead the Giants. Look at the numbers, show how good Eli has been over the years. 7th all-time in passing yards, 8th in touchdowns, 7 4,000-yard seasons, including last year. And he's looking to make one last run before the sun sets on his Hall of Fame career.
Let's go. 30 base. 54 Mike. No chance. Get it.
Throwing on first down is Manning. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that. First drive, pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
Bailey got the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And New York set to take the field. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Manning to try again after the pick six. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. All right, let's get a peek at these starters here in the Golden Child. Golden Tate.
Love his versatility because you can use him anywhere in your offense. And he's an excellent kick returner. Loves to play the game, plays with passion.
And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Faking the give to Barkley, now Manning. And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. Daniil Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Taken from just outside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings! That punt returns 69 yards. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Bailey now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. That's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Manning to Barkley on the draw play. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Here now the starters defensively for the Vikings. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw in film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that, though. 3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. Working from the gun, Manning. Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Come on, guys. We got this.
Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that, he said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
And out now come the Vikings. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10.
Check 55 to the right. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Yellow. Hey, 382. Let's 50. Check.
Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The numbers a week ago for Cook. He was, without a doubt, one of the catalysts in that victory.
And he can really be the glue that makes this offense go, because when defenders have to commit to stopping him, that just opens up more opportunities in the passing game.
Watch his flat. First. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. Get your swarm on. 47's the mic, boy. 47.
On 2nd and a yard. Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Let's go.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll run with Madison. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Madison. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
59, Mark. 59, left. Check 59. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Check 59, Mike.
3rd and goal for Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try to field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Eli Manning getting ready to go again on offense. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio that should ever be in any discussion.
The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Call it a gain of 3, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And Tate's got it. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. First catch so far for Tate, and he's got a 1st down. A lot of eyes on Golden Tate this year to see if he can take over some of the production that OBJ had before he got shipped to Cleveland. You know, Beckham had 1,000-yard seasons 4 of his 5 years in New York. Golden Tate struggled at the end of last year in Philadelphia, but he had a really good run in Detroit, including 3,000-yard seasons in the middle of this decade. Manning on target here to Shepard. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Again, they'll throw with Manning. They'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Riley Dixon now. Remember, his first attempt was returned for a touchdown. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. Going long here for Wallace. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
He's got his man. That's Wallace. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on third down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last third down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The ball comes out, and the Giants have it. It's picked up. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. We figured they'd come out with intensity and aggressiveness on the defensive side of the ball, and they have an early turnover to show for it.
They lived up to their reputation. That's who they are. They want to attack on every play, even though they're playing defense. And you're exactly right. Force the early turnover, and now they'll try to attack again and again throughout the game.
And New York set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams would just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
36.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
90 Wolf. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long step.
Now a play fake. Manning. That is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. From the 2 now, second and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he takes it into the end zone for a Giant TD. Saquon Barkley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Vikings to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They start the drive with Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Watch the run. They're running it. 55 is mine, guys. 55.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. He's got his rookie tight end. That's Herb Smith Jr. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Mike, what I need? Come, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Watch out, watch out.
Hey, flipper. Hey, steamer.
Check.
Wide.
They go back to Abdullah on 1st. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And our statistician, Ben Ramsar, just held up 3 fingers to remind me he now has 3 tackles for a loss only in the 1st quarter.
But Ben's got it detailed perfectly. He always gives us the right stats. I'd love to be on the offense's headset right now, because what you're hearing is, can someone please block him? Come up with a scheme, come up with something. Make sure you block him because he's disrupting everything.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 43. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 43. Give to Cook out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Tackle made by Marcus Golden.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers put up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Mike 59. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. After 1, 17-7 is our score. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with 4th down and 1. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. Running for it, here's Cook. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? I like that call. I'm assuming you're with me.
I am. I'm totally with you. And to me, they saw something that they liked there. Because, let's face it, it's going to be a mass of bodies. But it feels like the head coach has said, my best runner over my best blocker, give it to me right now.
And you only needed 1 yard where they were on the other side of the field. Seems like a no-brainer.
If we can't get 1 yard, what are we doing out here?
Here's Madison. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
From the 16, Cousins. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Eli Manning and company getting set here as they head back onto the field. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
I'm going back to you.
Manning going to hand it off to Barkley. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. Well, that's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back, part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. He has not had the start to this game that he envisions here in the second quarter. He's struggling a little bit. But, hey, they're in the lead right now. So kind of what's going on in his head, do you think, Charles?
I think that's what he has to keep in mind. Winning the ball game is not going the way he wants in terms of his own play. But, oh, yeah, that's right, winning the ball game. So don't press. Don't try and do things outside of what's going on right now. Don't try to increase your game or get yourself right. Just make sure you continue to lead.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
In your face.
Hey, receiver. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Now Cousins. Out left side here to Bryant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Cousins now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Mike 5-9, Mike 5-9. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Throw right side, taken in by Wallace. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Well, that turned out how they wanted. Run the toss play to the left side, go for that pylon, get in there.
And just being able to understand where the pylon was and sneak it in there, well done, well executed.
Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. A reminder about Sunday Night Football later tonight. It's a rematch from the divisional round last year. Colts and Chiefs from Arrowhead. Then tomorrow on Monday night, the Browns and 49ers from Levi's Stadium, where the Browns already playing their 3rd primetime game in the season's first 5 weeks. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house. Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well. Rosas good with the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints. Right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's a gain of 35. That was a fantastic job of keeping that play alive. And he had a chance to tuck it. I thought he might.
They work on those situations all the time. This is coached, being able to keep your eyes downfield, keep the play alive, and not automatically run with the football. How about that lesson absorbed, and it turned into a big play?
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On 2nd down, Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. And Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you've set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation, and you're right.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Following the interception, Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
55. Pick it up. Hey, Ringo, 48. Through.
Check. Crunch.
They'll run on first down. Cook. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Pull it together. 47's the mic.
Hey, exit.
Nice, sweetheart. 47's the mic, boy. 47.
2nd and 5 now. Cousins flushed out right. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Extra point try by Bailey. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's a look at Golden Tate as he heads back onto the field now. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Caught left side, Garcon. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. It's Barkley on the counter, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Now Manning. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. On second down, this is Madison. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Throwing is Cousins. That's into the hands of Wallace over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Cousins now at 200 yards already in this first half, and he's not done yet. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Greystone, travel.
Throwing on 2nd down, Cousins. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
Intentional
Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
47 Mike, 47 Mike, Mike 47. Rip left. 47 is the Mike. 47.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Here's a give to Madison running right. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll run again. This time it's a duel. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Cousins on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Bailey got the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. The 10-play drive that time, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And time to spotlight Golden Tate. He'll try to generate some more steam on offense down on the scoreboard second quarter. Not necessarily his fault, but he's always a guy they want to get extra involved.
Keep finding ways for him to get the football.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. He's now thrown 4 interceptions, and I hate to mention this, but he's a guy that has twice thrown 5 in his career in a single game.
Hard to believe, isn't it? And the tough part is, playing in this NFL, you don't normally just back off totally from throwing the football, do you? So the potential exists for that 5th one to occur.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Alexander Madison, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And there, the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense. Get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And a route is on here in this first half. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. To throw is Manning. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, and that'll bring up second down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. On the draw, this is Barkley. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Riley Dixon now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter. Now Cousins. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. To throw is Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Check, 59. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Check 59, Mike.
Cousins now from the 50. Going long here for Walt. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now on the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Here's Bailey now for the extra point. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Set. 30 base. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Under 10. Under 10. 10.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll start across the Atlantic in London, England. And it's the Bears who have the lead. Down passes there for Mitchell Trubisky. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Corey Davis, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Marquise Lee, a touchdown reception. In the game you're watching, it's been Kirk Cousins with a hot hand in the first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Hey, flipper! I got you, son. I got you. You're on.
They run again on first down. Cook. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Leave it. Bring up 48. Mike 5'9".
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Hey, steamer.
On first down, it's Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Rudolph on the receiving end from Cousins. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Here we go.
On the toss, Madison. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Carryover from the first half. That defensive line continues to control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're actually playing the game in the offense's backfield. They're taking those offensive linemen and pushing them back towards the quarterback and towards the runners. I still don't think, though, that you abandon the running game totally, because if you do...
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2.
Put him on the buses. That's quick.
A toss running left. It's Cook. And did he get the football to break the play? No, he did not. They'll say he's out of bounds shy of the goal line, and they'll be denied on the 2-point conversion.
I know we could sit up here and dance.
Push him back. Push him back.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll go to Barkley again. 16 yards, a first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Faking the give to Barkley. Now Manning. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're talking catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
18 Gator. Come. Bang, 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 bang.
Manning turns and gives this to Gallman. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So on 4th down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrich Rosas. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook in the offense heading back out. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there's going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run here. Abdullah. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Check my 47.
I got you.
25, check 25, check 25. Kill. Check.
They'll run on first down. Cook. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. A 2nd down run for Abdullah. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Leave it. Bring up 48. Hey, yellow. Watch twist.
They'll run with Madison. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike 55.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Cousins, incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kyle Rudolph. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
I got it.
Manning now on 1st down. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value. Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
Manning's throw complete to Tate. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Here's Manning to throw. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Saquon Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Give the tackle there to Danielle Hunter. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And now the ball comes out. Manning lost it.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. Rosa's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. They go play action. Cousins. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Cook breaks the tackle, now an alley. 30, 10, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his third touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
Here we go, here we go. 8, read. Here we go, here we go.
On first down, Manning gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
70, Indy.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Working from the gun, Manning. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Tate. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ready. Mike's by 4. Too little, cut. 5.
Throwing again on second down. Manning out to the right here to Shepard. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Looking for Shepard deep, and that's caught inside the 30. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Now Manning again. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, we're going to sell the go. Just go, and let's see who's faster.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
Stop your whining. Hey, one set. Check. Mike, 54. Hey, let's get that ball, Dean. Let's get that ball right here. Ready.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On the draw, this is Goldman. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today.
A 28-yard attempt.
And Rosas puts this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
From the 38, Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10.
Wide. Check. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Alec Ogletree in on the stop. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Well, he flew past 200, 300, 400 yards. Now he's over 450 yards passing on the day.
So what you're saying is oxygen for everyone catching the ball and trying to defend?
Yeah, especially those guys trying to defend right now.
No doubt. They've got to be a confused group because they haven't been able to defend him very well at all. And I think he just wants to keep firing. When you have that kind of a day, you're just locked in. Just keep calling those pass plays.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long. He's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Watch the safety creep. Kill.
They're going to run it with Abdullah. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
Mike's 59. Watch the run.
To throw, Cousins. The quick slant caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's at least...
She's on, like, the 5th tune at this point.
She left...
Set. 10-2 start. 55.
Manning to Barkley on the draw play. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or 2, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today. We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Cousins on first down. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards that time for number 19.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
What we got? What we got? First. Hey.
On first down, it's Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On the delay, this is Abdullah. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Check, 59. Hey. Yellow. Check 59, Mike. Where's the hot?
First down, here's Cousins. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
He's coming. We got double up. Whip.
Here's Abdullah. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Let's get this ball back to the offense. Let's go.
Hey, check, Mike, 47.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right?
No,
I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Ready. 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike.
5. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now Manning. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They're able to find Garçon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Madden. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. To throw, it's Manning. They're going to Gallman here on the screen. A good pickup of 6 there on 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Madden. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Shotgun now for Manning. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
PAT up and good by Rosas as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. This is fielded at the goal line.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Let's get off the field, D. Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Throwing here, Cousins. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Escaping the pressure right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd.
Hey, Steamer.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Mike, check, 59.
Hey, Alpha.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 38-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. You
Cousins here to throw. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
59. Hey, Orbit. Cut. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check.
Now Cousins. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Again, it's Cousins. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Vikings, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.